welcome. Thank you guys for coming. My name is Hannah Lawson, and this is my informative speech for Speech 1300 titled Music Speaks. What are some of the most important things people say to one another? Hello, watch out, goodbye, I love you. Every language on the planet has variations of these words or phrases, and in each, the sentiment that we connect to them is basically the same. It's no surprise that these are also the main themes of countless pieces of music from every culture across the scope of history. You don't even have to understand the language of a song to feel its meaning. That is, if the performer is effectively communicating it to you. We've all been to or heard a performance that has moved us, maybe even to tears. But then again, many of us have also seen or heard a performance that was lackluster, stagnant, or just boring. As a vocal music education major at East Tennessee State University, it's my privilege to learn from experts in singing and performance about how to communicate through music every single day. I've learned that when a performer understands what he or she needs to do in order to convey a specific message through a melody and applies those techniques, the music that is produced can be extremely powerful and emotional for the audience. So for the next few minutes, I'll be discussing the different ways a singer can communicate meaning, emotion, and intention to an audience. One crucial thing that can connect the meaning and tone of a piece of music to an audience is diction, which is how a singer enunciates words and phrases while singing. In Diction, an article I read in February of this year, Ivory Smith provides many examples of how the way a performer shapes his or her lips, mouth, and tongue affect the way words and sounds are projected from the voice. Understanding the impact of diction choices enables singers to best communicate the story to the audience so that they may develop a deeper connection to the song's meaning or meanings, says Smith in Diction. Language is emotional. Each word has meaning and some feeling attached to it. This is especially true in singing. Not only does the audience need to understand you, especially if they are speaking the language, but oftentimes words are pronounced a specific way for a specific communicative reason. For example, the word love has two voiced consonants, allowing the word to be sung with a constant flow of sound, which can be beautiful and loving. On the other hand, the word stop begins and ends with unvoiced consonants, st and p, which can be used to sound abrupt or urgent. So if a singer is not pronouncing words correctly, the words themselves may lose the meaning that the composer wanted to convey. When each word is carefully considered and sung with intention, the poetry of the lyrics can shine through. Now, my next point has to do with something people use in conversation without even realizing it every single day: body language and facial expression. The way that a singer moves his or her body or shows expression on his or her face can really help convey the emotional aspects of a song. In an article from Sideblog I read this month titled Music plus Body Language equals More Excitement, the value of a performer's use of facial expressions and gestures in live performance are brought to attention. In the article, an experiment involving the McGurk theory, which is the theory that seeing a live performance can actually affect the way people hear music, is documented and discussed. The results were pretty conclusive. It appeared that people who could see the expression of a singer's face and body actually heard the music correctly, more so than people who could not. The visual element of performance is very powerful and can help to include the audience into the emotions of a song, no matter what the language. For my next point, I'd like to discuss the techniques required for effective communicative singing, something some people spend their entire lives making a career out of studying. Live singing can often be less impressive than the recorded version of a song, especially in pop, rock, and other popular radio genres. However, there are some singers whose recordings cannot compare to how beautifully they sing in person. In 10 Ways to Sing It with Emotion by Terry Vans, written in 2010, several different examples of how vocal technique can shine through the sound to convey emotion are given. Stylistic choices, dynamics, and singing with the song's meaning in mind can all enhance the audience's perception of the music's tone and intention. Knowing how to sing beautifully in a healthy way can definitely improve any performance. In conclusion, performing is so much more than just singing. Communicating music to people involves so much more than hitting the right notes and remembering the words. Performers who can really communicate are the ones that become legends and icons. Once a performer has considered all of these things and can put them into practice for an audience, the music can reach people on a deeper level, and it's beautiful. In this speech, I've discussed a few different things a performer can consider when trying to make a performance special for an audience by communicating music: emotion, diction, physical expression, healthy technique, accurate intention, and and many other things are involved in an engaging, entertaining, and